Hey, recently I got into reading, and that's one of the hobbies that I've been enjoying a lot. And along the way of building that habit, I've picked up a couple of books that I would like to share with you. First on the list is Dumaki by Stephen King. And this is the first Stephen King book that I have picked up. And I would say it's a pretty interesting read. Uh, I could give you an excerpt of the story. We have this main character, Edgar Freemantle, and he's a millionaire. He meets with an accident and he loses a couple of his limbs. And then he ends up in a vacation place called Dumaki, which is somewhere in Florida. And he gets into the painting and he starts to paint a lot of stuff. And while he's painting, he unravels a lot about the place and his mythical, superstitious stuffs and some crazy stuffs happening on that island. I would say it's definitely a page turner. Once you get past a point, you'll breeze through it like pretty easily. I think towards the end of the book, I read it over a single night. So it's an interesting read. I would definitely suggest you to pick up this book if you haven't read or if you haven't heard about Dumaki before. I know pretty much people would know more about it, but this being the first book by Stephen King, I really enjoyed it a lot. And I have other books from Stephen King lined up as well. Another book on the list is The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. It's by far my favorite of the books that I've read. Don't let the size intimidate you. It's one of the best written revenge stories that I would say. The story goes like we have our main character, Edmond Dantes, and he is wrongly imprisoned around the Napoleon Bonaparte's time, which was plotted by his so-called friends, and he escapes that prison and basically he gets his revenge on the people who put him in that place. So when I started this book, I was scared when will I finish this, but I think it hardly took me a month to finish it. I was breezing through it. The storyline, it's so good. The character development, it's so good. I feel like the way Dumas has written this book, you feel like you are living the life of Edmond Dantes. So I would definitely highly recommend this book, and it's one of my favorites out of the books that I've read. Next one on the list is The Stranger by Albert Camus. And this is one of the first books that I've picked up when I was trying to getting into reading like a couple of years back, and this whole concept still sticks with me. The concept of absurdism, like where you think there's no point in doing anything, or it's a little bit more extreme than that. Hey, so editor me here, and I just want to expand on the whole concept of this absurdism. I just breezed that like the life is basically meaningless, and it goes a little deeper than that. Even though the concept unwraps the idea that the life has no deeper meaning, but still you'll try to live through it, or the death is eventually it's gonna happen, and at the same time, like, you don't have to stick to any rules or anything that's created by the society. Like in the whole book, like the main protagonist goes against all the social norms of not crying for his mother's death, or even when he's being judged for his trial, he doesn't stick, or he doesn't want to play out as a what society considers as normal human being would do. So yeah, just want to fill in on that. That's it. It explores the concept of absurdism in such a short novella format. And if you're gonna start with something, I think you can start with The Stranger. It might be a little out of the ordinary to start with Stranger, but I really enjoyed reading this. Another on the list is Kafka on the Shore by Murakami. And again, one of the first Murakami books that I've picked up. You might have like a mixed reviews about the Kafka on the Shore because of some explicit vulgar scenes in the book. Like it's very much detailed, but if you can see past that, I think the whole storyline holds up some value. But it's based out of the Curse of Oedipus. I hope that's how it's spelled. This might be, I'll have the right title over here. And the way it is written, like you'll be jumping between the timelines between two people. We have one of the main characters, Kafka Tamura, and the another one, Nakata. So, and the story starts off a little bit weird because of the timeline jumps, but then again, towards the end, it wraps up so nicely and connects both of the characters really well. I would suggest you to read this if you're into these kind of books, and it's one of my favorite books as well. Another on the list is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, and it's one of the harder reads, I would say, because of a British English. But the whole concept of when you have no repercussions for your wrongdoings, people might go to the extremes. So the whole concept is explored so well on this book. And the story goes like, we have our main character, Dorian Gray. So he has a painting done by one of his friends where he wishes for the picture to age well while he remains as useful as of that day. And from there, the whole down spiral of his life and all those stuff. So yeah, this is a little bit of thought-provoking book, I would say, and it's one of the classics. You can definitely give it a shot. And this is on my TBR. I haven't started yet. I just recently picked it up. I won't get back to you on this. Maybe if this is gonna be a series on the channel, then yeah, I'll give my thoughts about this book. But this is one of the most awaited book that I have. So I'll be starting with this one really soon. So yeah, see you on the next one.